All right, oh. There we go. Goodness gracious, I don't know what that was, but ew. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Jedi Academy here on RSG with your host, Ranger J 1999. Bear with me. Mento. My mic went all bananas there for a second, so get everything set up. Make sure everything's good to go. I'm just checking the settings. It was going bananas here on me. I don't know what that was. A loose wire or something. Okay. All right. Looks good. Chat looks good. Let me pull this and then we will get into it. Second. I hate when stuff fights me. It's like, just work. I paid this money for this crap. I just want stuff to work. I don't think that's an unrealistic expectation. There we go. All right, there we go. And look who it is, everybody. Besides me, we've got a stranger, world traveler, some guy we found.
Hi.
Holy cow! It's
hi. What's
the biggest sandfly on the beach. Aldous sandfly. He be coming around the world, be coming and sharing stars with us. Had a mercy. Holy cow! Well, welcome back to the Jedi Academy there, Aldous. How are you?
It's good to be here. As always, this is very much where I started, so it's nice to kind of come back. It's nice to answer questions. It's nice to say hi.
Yes. Well, I remember last time you were on, you said you're going to be traveling a lot and doing stuff for work, and it's going to be really difficult for you to be
I do like traveling. I've been finding a better kind of balance between content creation and life. It's a weird thing to say, but
how dare you come on here and say something
but honestly, but in the content creation side, I don't know, it's a weird one to say, but
you
yeah,
find the balance, man. You got to find that balance, right?
I think there's a way to work smarter. It is the classic work smarter rather than harder. And it's a terrible thing to say. The word satisficing, as much as I hate that word, actually, instead of editing a video so it's perfect, just put it out there. You might get 90% of the views, but you'll still get the damn views, and you can do another one the day after because you satisficed that.
Yeah. Hey, man, you're preaching to the choir, brother. Yeah. All right, so you got me and Aldous. We'll see who else shows up here on the Jedi Academy. Good morning to everybody. Good afternoon or good evening. We got people from all over the world who watch this show, Aldous, so we're going to give all the greetings out there. Whether you're live on YouTube or Twitch, let's break how this is going to work. So myself and Aldous and whatever panel's on here, you guys have questions, we have the answers. By that, I mean, we will give you an answer. It may not be coherent or intelligent, but we will give you an answer. So if you have
with me on here, it will be neither of those two. It will be a guess somewhere near the answer. Yes. Yeah. You might as well just make the answer up yourself, if I'm honest. But we'll try. Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure all this, some people are trying to guess, are you Scottish or Irish? Would you like to answer that question? I know the answer, but let it come from the horses. He's Scottish.
I am Scottish. However, I have an Irish father. So I always go kind of half Irish. So
you got a little bit of an Irish. Get a little bit of a kick there in your
people
accent.
Think I'm Irish. I have a softened Scottish accent and a hardened Irish accent, as I refer to it. But I am indeed Scottish.
He's Scottish, and if it's not Scottish, it's clap.
Scottish.
All right. Yes, he's from the Highlands. You can tell by his hair. All right. So yes, give your greetings. Say hi to me. Say hi to Aldous. Say hi to all the other skewers out there. We'll shout you out here in a moment. Just like our good friend Tilo Mad 92, fellow content creator over on YouTube, says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, Tilo?" Make sure you guys check out Tilo and all his great content and stuff. Glad to see you there. Probably working all this. Yes, it's working.
I love Tilo's content. I do. Honestly, Tilo's one of those people who actually puts a smile on my face. I think in this world of like people reviewing Acolyte and being quite negative or being quite kind of Telemad has always been someone who no matter what he's reviewing, gives a positive spin on it. I do love it. And also, Viva Laporte, while we're here.
Viva Laporte. Yeah, the Acolyte's trash, so there's my viewpoint. So.
Incorrect.
Absolutely correct.
Incorrect.
Absolutely correct, brother. I will destroy you. But here's my thing. Here's my take on it. If you love it, and I've always said this, if you like the Acolyte, right, then love it. I don't have any problem with that, right? Your opinion is your opinion. And if you love something, but by all means, love it. There's some people that like certain Star Wars shows more than others, right? And we've always said that it's art, it's subjective. If you like it, you like it, right? So I'm not going to sit there and try to tell somebody when they have an opinion on something that they're wrong, right? I will say why I think.
Hang on, you just told me I was wrong.
Well, because you said I was incorrect, so I fired back.
Well, okay, yeah, true. I said you were wrong. That's true.
Yes.
Okay, fine. You're correct. Yeah, okay. I will take that. I will take that. But that's what divides. What I love about Star Wars people is that there's some people. It is Marmite. Some people hate the Acolyte. Some people like the Acolyte. It's that just where we are, which I think is great to have that discourse about so many different things. And yeah, I do love it.
Well, no, I think this one is. This is not a division like we've seen in, like The Last Jedi. It was 50-50 on that one, right? There's been some shows where the divide is kind of, you have your one camp and then the other camp, right? I mean, by leaps and bounds, Star Wars fans are rejecting this. But as I said, if you like it, you like it. I've given my opinion on just the cringe writing, the story. There are good stuff. Even I can say, like, the guy that plays Saul, and I always say his name wrong. I think he's great. I'm super impressed with that actor, and I can watch him. The rest of the stuff, it's like, oh my god. And I'm hopeful, Aldous. I'm hopeful because I want good Star Wars, and I'm hoping that maybe the next 4 episodes turn it around for me, but I've just completely lost. Yeah,
but that's my point. Is I am how they finish this for me is critical. To me, we're in the middle. They've created themselves into space, and if they do an awful weak finish, then I'll not like it. However, if they give me a strong finish, if they massacre 10 Jedi, if they give us a totally non-PC, non-woke finish where the Sith rips out a lightsaber, cuts through everyone and goes, well, screw you, I'm a Sith. I'm better than all of you. And it ends with Acolyte Season 2, Sith. I'll be like, and we have no more. Then all these people are hating it right now, going, well, I hate this actor, I hate this actor. I have to hold their hands up and say, well, okay, all those actors are dead. I'm looking forward to it. Or I don't like the characterization, or I don't like the writing. I don't know. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but to me, it has a place to go. And I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see the ending. Does that make sense? I'm going to wait and see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting just because I like watching a car crash. I'm just like everybody else. But there's just so much stuff in here that I'm just like, who wrote this, man? I mean, I literally, for the first time in my ever watching Star Wars, all this, I had to pause the show when I was watching. Like, what the F did I just watch? And it's the scene where the sister has her turn. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? What? What did you just say? I literally paused the video and stood up like, what do you mean?
When did you pause it?
I had to pause it because I was so like, what the hell did I just watch? Like, I was shocked. I'm just sitting there going, what do you mean? How does that happen?
Which bit?
May's turn.
Which bit did you pause?
I paused it, and I've never done that before in a Star Wars show because there's parts, you can say what you want about Mando and Obi-Wan. I still watch the way through, and it's like, okay, I like this, I don't like this, I've had up and downs with those. But this one, it's the first time ever I can remember. I've never done it with the movies. I've never done it with any of the other shows. Even Bad Batch with the filler, I just sat there like, it's entertaining, but what's the point of this crap? But it's still entertaining. But they've never had something, say something or do something where I just was like, huh? What? What do you mean? What? That doesn't make sense. What do you mean? What the hell? It's like, it's just.
But then I guess as you know, I've never seen the Rebels cartoon. I've never seen the Clone Wars. So there's a lot of backstory I don't have. So, like, think of me as a Disney idiot who's only ever seen Disney and the films, right?
Sure.
And I'm happy to admit that. And therefore, all the lore stuff in the books or the lore stuff that we talked a little bit about, Teal and Bad earlier on, there's people in this community that knows, and yourself, who know this stuff inside it. I don't. So when I sit down to watch things like Star Wars, I'm excited. I'm like, and then when somebody like Cam says something or Caramundi, I'm like, well, that's fine with me. I didn't know that was different. And therefore, I love that. I love that kind of. I do love that.
Yeah, and I understand that. So the two things that they're showing, we're doing spoilers here at this point. We have to because it's so out there. If you haven't seen it, then go watch it. Just for the sense, make up your own mind. I've been saying
What a
this
hell
all
of an
with.
advert! What a hell of an advert
Well,
we've given it.
well,
It's
you have.
terrible.
Well, that's my view. You like it more than I do.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
But I always tell people, don't listen to me. Go watch it yourself and make up your own mind. You know what I'm saying? There's some big lore canon stuff that they have completely just flipped on its head, and it's like, who did not? I mean, you would think that they would use a character, I don't know, like Yaddle, somebody like that that's long lived, things of that nature. That in episode 1 doesn't say, impossible, the Sith have been extinct for a millennium. Really? Now it's kind of like, well, Cam, you were kind of there when this was kind of all going down. What happened there, buddy? You kind of knew that there was some stuff there. And then the guy went back and found his actual, the canon stuff. He had to go to a disc from like 1998, 99. I mean, he's old in episode 1 and then into the Clone Wars. So, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And then the whole creating the twins out of the Force completely shits all over Anakin. And I mean, that was one thing that I just like, okay, but my thought process on that initially was when I saw episode 3, like, well, I know Plagueis had something to do with that, so maybe that ties in. Maybe he got the idea because there's stuff in the lore that he was kind of researching all this, and maybe he gets it from the witches. There was a lot of stuff in my brain on that, but after I saw episode 4 and some of the stuff, I'm like, that ain't even on the radar, because it's like,
I didn't get. That was one of the criticisms I didn't get. At no point did she say where she got the twins from.
she said
They
she
just
created them.
magically, she created them, but she could have created them by having sex with a Sith man. Like at no point did she say, I used dark magic or I conjured these up or I did a spell. So
but the
it's
implication,
heavily implied. There's a heavily implication, yes, heavily implicated. However, if in episode 5, 6, 7, this is what I'm talking about where it goes, if she's banging some Sith dude out the back and she takes seeds and then plants them in the other woman, I'm not going to be like, well, that wasn't disagreed with, because it could still happen.
There's a lot we still
Anyway,
don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm hopeful.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the other thing that really, two other things, the portrayal of the Jedi in this are just like, they're complete morons, which really bothers me. And the other two is they pitched this series, which really, the reason I got really excited, because I love the Sith lore. I love the Sith, because I find them fascinating in their lore and their mythos and things that, I mean, you see Darth Revan behind me. I just think they're really, really cool. Don't get me wrong. I like the Jedi, but I just think the Sith are cooler. I mean, they're just their story arcs, their history, their characters, everything like that. And especially the rule of 2. What I was most excited about the Acolyte is up until this point, we knew Darth Bane creates the rule of 2 with Zana, right? And then we have 1,000 years and we don't see him until Darth Sidious. And then it says the Acolyte say, hey, we're going heavy Sith on this. I'm like, yes, let's get the perspective of the bad guys. Because one of the things I loved about the Bane trilogy books was how Bane started setting up and started moving pieces and creating things, not for him, but for the future, right? He knew that it was going to take a long time and that they would have to build power and all these machinations. And I was hoping that with the Acolyte, we would start seeing, the Sith, these two Sith, what are they up to? What are they manipulating? What are they trying to do? And stuff like that. In the first 4 episodes, it's not even, we've seen the person twice and we haven't had any interactions, nothing. It's been about this other story. And it's like, okay, y'all kind of did
we have created, we're kind of weirdly doing a 4-episode creation of a Sith. And if that Sith ends up being a worthwhile Sith that does something good, and if the guy from what was the name? The Korean actor. If he ends up being a very good Jedi, then we have a makings of a decent show. But it's a shame we've kind of waited for 4 episodes to kind of get to that.
Yeah.
And if they pay it off and if they do it right, I'm going with it. I'm happy.
They're gonna have to pay
I've
it
got
off
an
big time.
acolyte.
I mean, they've been kind of
Yeah,
telegraphing
they're
with the
gonna have to,
writing.
but
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be a lot for me to that's right, Skeletor, for me to buy in, just because I just don't have faith with some of the just really just things that they've done with the show. Is like, what? So you never know. You never know. The second half could always be better than the first half. But yeah, it's one of those things, like, as I said, one thing we say in the show: if you like something, you like it. If you don't, then don't. But we respect that people have opinions. Right? You may not like the opinion, and disagree with it, but you will respect that they have that opinion. Here.
Put it in the comment section down below. That's what we say. That's your YouTubeness. Hi. But like I say, I'm going to give it the full. I'm going to obviously watch every episode, and I'm excited to see where it goes. They are a little bit behind the 8 ball on some things, but I don't expect a non-trick shot. Anyway, we were saying hi to people.
Well, we were, but everyone is, every time I bring up the Acolyte this week, because it's just constantly coming up, it's like, I got to talk about it, but yeah, it's just things like, I don't know. Again, I'm going to keep watching it, one, because I'm a content creator. I'm going to get asked about it. It's two, it's Star Wars, and I'm going to finish it through. I'm not going to stop watching it. I'm going to give it its full view. I said that when it first came out. And I would say after the first 2 episodes, I was like, okay, this is okay. It's set up, but, it's setting up the story. There's some stuff here I'm going like, okay. But, it's setting things up, and then episode 3 happened, and I'm like, wait, what? Okay, maybe. And I started losing faith, because I'm like, I started talking in my head, like, I didn't like this episode, but maybe this is what they're going for. Your brain starts thinking, what are they trying to do here? And then episode 4 happened, like, nah. Oh my God, y'all lost me completely, man. So, yeah. But yeah, let's say hi to everybody real quick. I was doing that, then the Acolyte hit, and then yeah. And again, it could come back around. There is some interesting, I will grant you, there are some interesting points of what happened to the witches, and the Jedi and stuff, and what really happened there. We only have the viewpoint from OSHA's thing, so we'll see what happens, so we'll see what happens. But unless they pull off the turn of the century for me, because I kind of have an idea who's going to be what in this. I've kind of, in my head, I'm not going to say what I think, because episode 5 comes out next Tuesday. We'll see what happens, and then we'll talk about it then. So we'll see with episode 5. I'm pretty sure, and I think you agree with this, all this, we're going to have another flashback episode from the other side of things. Like, we saw what happened initially, but now we're going to get the other side of things, and what's going on here. So we'll see.
Well, I like the director. The director that made that episode is known for doing documentaries on is it Rashomon, that kind of like 2 different sides. And what he does, I think he won an Oscar in 2011 for winning for doing a documentary on a film showing it from 2 different sides. So that's kind of been his stick. And he's only directing 2 episodes. Episode 3 and episode 7, I think, is the guy. Taco Dano, I think, and he takes his name after a director, I think, does that. Anyway, he is known for showing it from 2 different sides, using props to cover up certain key points. He's known for exactly what we watched. So I can imagine episode 3 and 6 will be completely different. Like, they will be. There'll be the point of where you're not showing a specific, like, tiny word, or a word being obscured by an explosion, gives everything its different meaning. And I genuinely think we'll see that with Takodano. I trust in him. These directors aren't coming on and being purposely rubbish. So I do think.
Well, I don't think, for me, again, one thing I always say, actors I never go after. they are only given and working with the direction that and what they're told to do, right? I mean, they can have insight on it, but at the end of the day, if the director says I want it this way, they have to give it that way. That's what they're paid to do, right? So usually an acting performance, I may not like the character, but I never will attack an actor or anything like that, right? The problem I also
I
have
don't
with
take a child actor. Some of these child actors
I
are
know,
absolutely terrible.
yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
this,
let's face it.
like, yeah, it's
There's
just
something I
happened.
hate. I hate child actors are awkward to me. Like I watch it much like I might watch a child do like a stunt for the first time in gymnastics with pure. I want them to succeed, but I'm watching it with a nervousness, like a panic. But I'm like, oh my god, please don't bend this. And I watch the entire scene like going, oh, please, please. And then when they get to the end of it, I realize I'm relieved because I got to the end of it, but I'm not. I can't remember what happened in the scene. I was too focused elsewhere.
Well, what I'm saying in the event, and we don't hate actors. Let me clarify for their performance. If you want to hate them for stuff that they say outside of that, you brought up Brie Larson and all that stuff because it's controversial and you disagree, fine. But I'm talking about their performance. You can hate the character, but leave that aside. The other thing that's really bothering me about this is the articles and the stuff that's been coming out from Disney and from basically their paid sources coming after the fans, which really really pisses me off, saying because I don't like something, and this was in Forbes and this is directly from the director's mouth, and then you got the actors doing that video, basically just saying what she's saying about Star Wars fan. I'm just like, wait a minute. Just because I don't like your show doesn't mean you get to call me a racist or a homophobe or a misogynist or any of these things, right? It's like, no, I don't like it because I have problems with your writing, the pacing, the direction, the story just doesn't work for me. I think it's bad, blah, 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 blah. Nowhere in that does that have to do with who's doing what because of what they identify with. I could care less, right? None of that stuff. It's just more about the story and just like, what the hell are you doing over there?
But
And I just,
like I said with my reference to the cam thing, is that there's content creators out there who are purposely trying to find inaccuracies in this. And me as the average watcher, and 99% of people watching that are not seeing that. And yet people are going on YouTube because this will get me a click. Look at this. Look at my
well,
rage about the
there
click.
are,
And
there,
and
yeah, there's,
and they, and then those same people are then making videos the day after because someone reacted to their video, even though no one actually did react to their video, everyone ignored it. They're then going, "Oh my god, look at this! Must be about me." I don't know. It's weird. I just we're in a strange world.
well, I think the problem is like, I watch other content creators and I hear other opinions about the Acolyte, but I always tell you guys, critical thinking is your most valuable tool in your arsenal. Someone could say something that doesn't mean anything. You need to go verify it. So when I hear someone give an opinion, then I go and look up information and like, okay, they said this, what are they talking about? And then I'll go look at it and I'll read something about it, right? And then I'll formulate my own opinion based off that. I may agree with them or I may disagree with them. I don't think that the show's being nitpicky because for me, the blaring stuff in here has been blaring. Um, but as a business major, I'm just trying. So your thing is not taking any responsibility for what you put out there, whether you think it's justified or not. The fans obviously are rejecting this big time, whether you like it or not. That's
I
this.
think ultimately, and I will ultimately agree with you, is Star Wars fans. You talk about hardcore Star Wars fans, the people that understand the lore. And these people, let's call them 5% of the people that are watching Acolyte, or 10%. The show still has like a 3.4 or rating out of 10. The star, like out of everyone that's viewed it, it has a low rating. And it's not like just the one or two Star Wars people or the one or two, the hardcore people are not liking it. It has an overall negative rating. And I've seen some terrible films on all these things with these ratings, and still they get a decent score. So yeah, I think I do. That's the ultimate thing for me, is that ultimately the average person in the street is not rating this high,
Mm-mm.
even if Star Wars fans or the hardcore Star Wars fans are hating on it. I'm kind of middle or okay on it, but ultimately it has a bad. So I need to accept the fact that, yeah, other people just aren't getting it.
Well, the argument was that we don't like strong female characters and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, have you seen the ratings for House of the Dragon? You know what I'm saying? Have you seen the other Star Wars shows? Whether you like them or not, they got much higher ratings than this one with strong, powerful female leads, you know? So there is stuff out there that shows if you make a good story and with good writing and all the stuff that you need, right? A compelling story, that's the most important thing. And the writing has to match it. You have to have those scenes and those moments and things of that nature that people that's character moments that people gravitas to, right? And you know, look at that and go, oh my god, I want to see more, right? You see it in House of the Dragon. You can start going through the shows that are right now that are coming out, like with high scores from both the critics and the audience. You know, House of the Dragon is a perfect example. So I'm all those things, all these names you're calling me, but I can like House of the Dragon for the same reasons that, you know, that has all that stuff, because it's a phenomenal story with phenomenal direction and phenomenal writing that just isn't gripping. But I, because I don't like your show, you know, that's your attack on us as the fans, that we're just, you know, misguided and gullible and misogynist. It's just such stupid stuff. So I don't want to hear that here. Are there fans like that? You're damn right there are. Let's be honest about that. There's some complete assholes out there that, you know, very small minority that are just complete dumbasses that, you know them when you meet them. You're just like, you know what, get the hell away from me. you're ridiculous, right?
But I haven't seen, like, apart from the same YouTubers trying to tell me again that Star Wars has reacted, I haven't actually sat down and watched a Star Wars reaction cold interview from start to finish. I've seen an edited version of what they say is about what they, you know. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I find the YouTube at the moment is very hard, along with the shorts, because you get people with these bites, and I'm not too sure whether I'm seeing. Well, I'm obviously not seeing the video, the full interview, but whether I'm even seeing a video from the last day or two, or whether I'm seeing it from like
There's
5 weeks
ton
ago, and
yeah
it's so complicated.
Yeah, for me, the you can find those YouTubers, but this is expanded out to all media that
I've
people
been
that never
watching
talk.
Star Wars Theory and like the people who you would thought who would have.
Oh yeah, Star Wars Theory's taken. I mean, when he likes something, he likes something. You know, like
Yeah,
he loves Ahsoka. I like
yeah.
Ahsoka. I thought Ahsoka was really good. I took some beating on that. I don't care. I like the show. I thought it was really
Yeah.
good. But yeah, I mean, Star Wars Theory. But there's a ton of other people like Moist Critical who left Star Wars. I mean, he's one of the biggest.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he came in, was like, because of the gen that this is getting, he's like, okay, I haven't watched Star Wars in a while. I'm very familiar with the shows and blah blah blah. He went in there and watched it, and he watched episode 3 and 4 and did videos on it, and he went off on that stuff. So I mean, it is what it is. As I said, if you like The Acolyte, I'm very happy for you. I wish I could be there with you. I wish I could have the same experience, because that's the experience I want, right? That's what I want when I watch Star Wars. But it's not happening for me, and I find myself just sitting there just shaking my head
I
like,
think
this is really boring.
we're in a dangerous place, because if, as I want, they pull the rabbit out the hat in episode 7, it's kind of hard to do that without somebody from and they make this incredible. It all makes sense after episode 7. Let's put it that way. It's
Yeah.
hard to do that without somebody from the showrunners coming out to say, okay, guys, chill the F out. You know, like, we were right all alone. You guys were, it's hard for them without, which is going to create even more hatred. So I think the fact is everyone's bought themselves in the corner. Elements of community are hating on the show, hate it. If there is this massive flip that goes on whereby it all makes sense and suddenly everybody goes, that's what that scene was about, and that scene was about, oh, I get it now. I like the show now. Then it's going to be so hard for them not to react. Anyway, we should.
Yeah, last thing I'll say is, this to show you how petty Star Wars is being, and with this, in their reaction. John Campea bashed Acolyte. They pulled his credentials from Disney. That's how bad this is getting. Like, I mean, if you're not supporting it, I heard that, I was getting that story yesterday. I was like, oh my God. Because John Campea is, he's pretty positive about stuff. He hates him. He just hates bad storytelling. But he went off on how bad this is. And And I was like, they did what to him? Wow. I was like, so this is, you're right. It is getting vitriol out there. As I said, guys, if you like the Acolyte, like, if you don't, you don't. We'll still keep talking about it because it is in the zeitgeist right now. There's not much we can do about it. And so, yeah. So welcome everybody to the show. We've gone way past all the greetings because everybody's here watching and giving their opinions. Again, you will be respectful to someone else's opinion, so if you don't like it, feel free to voice that. Feel free to say why you don't like it. If someone loves it, then say, okay, I disagree with you, but that's okay, and we can have it. Don't be like Thing last night. Thing was coming in here just talking nonsense. I had to mute his ass. I was like, shut up, Thing. I've had enough of you, mute. He was saying some ridiculous stuff. It's like, God damn it. Thing just likes to troll my ass. He has his opinion, but he'll use it just to say ridiculous stuff to where I just like, I'm gonna tell you that. It's like I'm gonna get you. Hey,
I do think like both of us though are quite thick-skinned. I mean, if you cut us, we do bleed. But actually, I do think as a content creator, you've done this for a long time. I've done this for actually a long time. So if you don't disagree, then just disagree. That's fine. But yeah, don't worry about it. Like the only thing I would warn you is if you disagree with me, I will cut you back. So yeah, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Me and Aldous will agree, and we'll be passionate about our stuff. But at the end of the day, I'll go have a beer with Aldous, and we'll go talk about shit we do like. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too much stuff in the Star Wars mythos that we have a love, and I mean, Star Wars is what brings us together. An energy field that binds us. It's our fandom. I think
you'll find it's called a thread now. It's a thread that binds us.
I didn't really have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem.
I like the thread analogy.
People made a big deal about that. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry. That one you lost me with, because in all the other books and stuff, there are different civilizations and parts of the galaxy, force using societies that called it different things. So I was like, okay, it's the Force. You want to call it thread, sure, but that's just your where you are in your world. That there's an energy field and it's
thread. What they've come across it. They're just calling it what they've seen it. Why would everyone in the world know what to call it by the same name? Doesn't make any sense. I
didn't have it. That was not my deal.
Filter. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't mind because it's been called different stuff by different cultures throughout the mythos of Star Wars, right? So I didn't have really a problem with it. They want to call it the thread, sure. So we know what they're talking about. It's just from their perspective, that's what they're calling. That one didn't bother me. So, but yeah, so we'll get into SWGOH. I swear, this Acolyte stuff is taking over because for and foremost, we're Star Wars fans. And when Star Wars does something, whatever it is controversial, whether you think it is or not, it is out there and it is prevalent on people's minds because we're Star Wars fans. We care about this stuff. This is who we are. This is our baby. So yeah. But I'm getting tagged in Discord all over the place. So now that we've got past that,
have you said your TW defense? Oh yeah, TW defense to say it.
Oh, I said extra defense. I usually don't do TW on the weekends, but then, boss, and then we're like, we need a couple more. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it, cause usually I'm busy on the weekends. Like I'll do it. Cause anytime those guys ask me for anything, I'm always like Johnny on the spot for the officers. Cause they have such a tough job.
Fourth in a row. I'm doing 4 in a row. It's super complicated. Like because I've joined these other guilds, like I'm having to properly focus.
Yeah.
So before 6 o'clock, I need to check to make sure everything's filled on my end, just to make sure I've placed like a good defense, but I need to wait to make sure all. So I'll just go in the last minute and just put down Jawas or stuff just to fill in the back zones in case they aren't filled. But
we did we got a little distracted with the Acolyte, and that's totally fine. We'll talk about whatever you guys want here in the Jedi Academy. But I do have good news. Our famous Kate the Great, my first Maid Army party ship, has a new baby. Congratulations to Kate and her new baby. Everybody, let's get some congrats in the chat for Kate. I asked her to name it after me, Ranger. She struck me violently and laughed at me for that. But, Uncle Ranger wanted some kind of namesake. So, yes, congratulations to Kate. She's in my guild. And I've known this is a secret of secrets. This is how you know I'm good at keeping secrets. I've known she's been pregnant for a long time. I just kept my mouth shut because that's what she wanted. So anytime anybody asks me about Kate and stuff, I'm like, she's busy with work, which technically was true, from a certain point of view, but she's, So,
What a nice person. Honestly, like a
oh,
really nice
we
person.
love
There
Kate
is
so
so many
much.
people, and actually to be a content creator, you need a little bit of dickishness about you. Just say, but Kate is just the most kind-hearted, beautiful human being. Yeah, we love
She's a
Kate.
sweetheart.
Congratulations.
She is a sweetheart. So
Yeah.
yeah, if we can get some congrats in the chat for our good friend, the lovely Kate and the tree trunk for their new baby. I am very happy for both of them, and hopefully when Kate gets some time here in the future, we'll have her on and see how my new apprentice is doing. Yes, the force is strong with them. Both of Sith they will come. What Uncle Ranger's going to be doing. Like, Kate, you teach him the Jedi stuff, and Tree Trunk will be the daddy, and I'll be the evil Uncle Ranger that slowly corrupts him to the dark side. That's the way Uncle Ranger works. Maybe I'll go Mando. Maybe I'll be the Mando uncle. You know what I'm saying? Teach him about, being a warrior, that kind of stuff. Get him some Beskar armor.
Just don't be the Watto uncle. Uncle,
Oh,
don't
no.
kidnap him
Oh,
as a
no. Oh,
slave
God, no.
and
Oh,
force him
God.
to fucking
Oh, God.
just anything but the Watto
Oh,
uncle
no,
shit.
no,
Yeah,
no.
don't do that
No,
one.
no. It's either Darth.
Yeah.
I'll either go Darth
No,
Revan or full
congratulations to
Mando.
Kate. What a
Yes.
beautiful human.
Yes,
What a
we love you,
beautiful
Kate.
human.
Congratulations. I don't know yet. Just had the baby, so I'll wait till she wants to do her announcement. I think that's something she should have. So I just know, did she have the baby? Okay, good. Didn't ask anything else. I'm like, baby's fine, mommy's fine, everyone's fine. That's all I care about. So I'm the Hondo uncle. Hey, Kate, I'm gonna take the baby. We're gonna make a deal. Hey, let's go. You're damn right. I'll get a Mando kid helmet. I have to get approval from Kate first. Again, I don't want to get cut. Mothers are like that with their children. So it was on the spot, Vash. I can do a Hondo. I just was doing it quick. All right, give me a break. Yes, they'll need the knee rockets and everything else. Yes, we have to make sure that they have the full arsenal. Well, they'll have to be trained first. I just don't want the kid running around with knee rockets shooting people in the ass with them. So, yeah. I'm pressing nice down. Okay. The Uncle Obi-Wan. Nah, I'm too much of a Revan Mandalorian. I just can't. Yeah. The rocket pack, yes. We got to get the jet pack. Yeah, we'll get the full deal. So, but again, approval from Kate. All right. So get your questions in. I would never be. I don't come off as an Obi-Wan. I don't think I do. All this.
I don't think anyone does. Honestly, like Obi-Wan, okay, is it? I mean, that is Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor. Like, there is there's no competing with those two. Those two are like you couldn't see them as actors. Like, you could not touch any of them and go. So Obi-Wan, I think Obi-Wan for everyone, just even Mace Windu now with Samuel L. Jackson, it's off anyway.
I don't know if I'm the Bill Burr character, Vash. So there you go. Yeah, I'm reading chat. Neo Venom. I'm trying to. It's kind of going fast. Why did you put something in there, Neo Venom?
I can only Twitch
yeah,
chat.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'm reading chat, so get your questions in. I mean, I'm seeing stuff you guys are writing, but I'm just kind of, when something like that's going on, it's like, okay, just get the general consensus and stuff like that. Hello, Dark Sciences. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to everybody. As long as I didn't see any dad jokes, it kind of just washed over me there. I'm just looking for any questions we might have for the game and stuff like that. So,
let me check my Discord to see if Mary J sent through a dad joke.
He did that last night, man.
I know.
Earned his ass immediately, man.
I love that. I love that he DM'd you a dad joke. That's genius. Good thinking from Mary J.
I know, and it was really disappointing, man. I'm like, when did you start contracting pussitis? I mean, it's like, God dang, man. Usually you just get in the chat and you do it. It's like, Dar sign. Here we go. We'll get into the SWGOH stuff.
Question.
Oh, a collectible update in RC Discord. Okay, hold on. Before I get to your question here, we got to go check what Neo Venom did in for his Lego collection. I like looking at this stuff. You go to RC General Chat. Oh, good. Here. Oh my God, there's the E-Wing. Oh, it looks so good. And what is that? Is that Mando's ship or is that a Naboo fart? I can't tell. Too many small. Is that Anakin Starfighter? I think it's Anakin Starfighter. I can't tell. No, what is that? Hold on, I got to look at this a little bit more. Oh, no, that's Grievous's ship, it looks like. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry. That E-Wing looks sick, dude. Oh my god. I don't know what the other ship is. Hold on, I gotta look at this a little bit more.
He's a god. New Republic Ewang. Nice.
Oh, Shin Hati Starfighter. No shit. Huh. I
Huh.
I don't know. It looks a lot like Grievous' ship, or am I crazy on that? I guess it would be more gray and stuff, right? Okay.
There's a
But that
zoomed
looks
in.
great.
Yeah, Shin Hati Starfighter.
Mm.
With a little
All right.
Ahsoka Tano. But you know, honestly, if I had a
Oh,
little
that's
Ahsoka
right.
Tano,
Okay, I forgot
I'd
about
never
that.
get any work done.
Okay, I forgot about the yeah. I forgot about the space fight where she's going in with them. Okay, got it. Thank you. It's a small picture, so I'm sitting there squinting, going, "What is that?" He put like 900 pictures, so I'm sitting there going, "God, it's really small. What is that?" Not that the thing's small, just the picture is. So yes, that's what men tell women. All right, all right. Here's our first SWGOH question. 42 minutes into the show.
We're doing well. Okay, we're doing well.
Yes. A Dark Sciences question. What's a good counter to GG Stap with the Stap Cron for GAC? What did we say last night? Because someone was facing that? No, they were facing Gungans with the broke stuff. It is not
Okay,
Tuskens. Why is
anything,
it?
well, okay. So A, it should be an offense. Let's face it there, because it kills Leia. And B, I would have thought anything with tenacity up. Because as long as you start with tenacity up, or you're able to dispel, so any of those, maybe I'm
having a brain fart. Give me a moment here.
Treya would be able to do it.
Trey would do it. Let me,
Tuskens would do it because they are getting kind of
I don't think they can survive the damage.
So yeah, Tuskens might work, but so basically, I've been running that against Leia, that stat with the stat cron with the target lock on level 6. And I've been killing Leia so easy because I now have the Omicron on stat. I love that counter. So I don't understand why people don't have that now in offense. So I'm a bit kind of like, why is it on defense? If I saw it in defense, I also think things like Jedi Knight Raven would be able to. Yeah, I would have thought Tuskens would work, but I think even Jedi Knight Raven would probably be able to kill Stat first. I mean, it's not that hard, but I would say anything. I would want is it?
I don't think we had.
I want to dispel buffs. I don't want a target lock.
Hold on, I'm going through my counters.
What else is right? What else is right? I do think the Tuskens make sense. You know, now he's explained it. I do think the way that Stat does it.
I know DTMG can do it. DTMG can do it. I want to say we use.
It's really old.
Sith Empire can do it because we actually used Sith Empire against one of those last night, I believe. Yeah, we took out Grievous with Sith Empire, it destroyed it. Because they can't take turns even without their cron. You know, you just put a beefy cron on them and they're going to survive and you're going to just knock the shit out of them, right? So I know that works.
They do so many AoEs, they're going to hit Malik.
Yeah,
so they're going to 100%.
They're going to be under fear.
They're
Plus,
going to just kill. You know, it kills the team. But I do think Tusken's a good shout. I'm
looking to see if Tuskens is a counter to this. It is, but it only has a 55% win rate so far with that. That's why I didn't really consider Tuskens. But your main teams besides Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, right, or the Sith Empire.
Treya would do it. I would have thought.
No, Treya is not.
I would have thought she dispels the buff. She would dispel the target lock, and they keep hitting them, so they're going to keep killing themselves.
Yeah, but you isolate the one thing. I don't know. I'm not seeing it as it could be, but I'm not getting any information on that. So we'll say Trey is a possibility.
It's a rare team. It's a team that not a lot of people run. I would have also thought Jedi Knight Raven could probably do a lot of damage to it because you're able to kind of hit the one you want.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Yeah, depends what you need to two-tap it, but I still don't understand why it's in defense. For me,
any GL will beat it. Like Lord Vader, any of the GLs will beat it. SLKR, especially with his cron. Jedi will do it, but you need actually Jedi are not recommended for this. Trey is 38%, and that's with Savage and everything. So yeah, Is it
Well,
possible?
I
Yeah,
can
but
see I can see Grievous killing Trey at the last effort,
yeah.
but I can see you're killing the other ones. Anyway.
Yeah, so you're the GL's Bane, DTMG, Sith Empire. Those are your best options for 85% or higher chance of victory is what I thought. I used it on, so yeah. Um yeah, Gideon is 92%. That one's a pretty good one against it because they get all those buffs, he can cleanse, and then they're beefy and then they just destroy, right? So yeah, DTMG, Malgus are two really good ones, Vin. I agree. So yeah, you're definitely going
Also, I would say it would
Malgus
depend
lead.
on the comp, whether B2 is in there or not. Because obviously B2 is now getting pulled for me between Stat and Dr. Afra. Because I normally run B2 and Dr. Afra. I've now had to pull it to Stat because I'm on offense. I think if I was in defense, I'm not too sure I would put B2 there. So I might not have the buff strip that B2 gives me on the Stat team on defense. So I would actually, I think it's one of the ones where you probably need to see whether it's a Droidica team, whether it's a B2 team. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Okay, so I hope that helps you out. Vash question: is the GR Jedi bundle the only one we're getting, or will there be more light side bundles released with it? I have no idea. I do know we're getting the one which I will be purchasing on Monday. That's one where it takes all those other Jedi up. I'm like, wait, I can save gear on Lumi, Ethkoth, the rest of them that are certainly at gear 12, and they go to Relic 5. Yes,
Yeah, it's
please.
a good. Yeah, I mean, I always
Those have all been good. My
somebody
God, they're
asked
so
me about the
good.
other bundles, and the Lightspeed bundles are so far ahead in inverted commas value.
They're
Where
so
you're
good,
wasting
man.
money. That's terrible, value, but they have way more you get for the money than you do with anything else in the game. So yeah, I'll probably end up buying it, even though I need probably only two of them. But the amount of Kairos, the amount of everything I'll keep, especially with the raid coming out. And I thought Calvin did a great video. We only have, I think, 30 characters, I think, at the moment for
Yeah.
the raid, and we need to use 25.
Yeah,
So
we
you
actually
kind of
covered.
have.
Yeah, we covered what we think the teams are. Me and Boss did that this week in the squad. So right now, the main ones we know, right? The Gungans are the Gungans, right? So that's just straight up. Padme, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon go together with R2. R2, that's his play. Not going to go anywhere else. And then the one we thought would work really well there is Ayla Secura because of her calls and assists and stuns and things of that nature. She's going to just constantly calling, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and all them to do their stuff and take turns, which is going to be really good. There's only, you can only form one evil team really in this. And God Sidious has separatist synergies, and Maul has synergies and stuff with Sidious. So the team that we thought would be good is Newt lead with Darth Maul, Sidious, Stap, and B2, right? Because that team's going to have the synergy plus all the bonuses, things of that nature. That could change, but the only two you can, the ones you can bring out is like Droidica, Magna Guard. It's like, oh, I want to put that in there. Maybe you may want to tank in there, but I think with the synergy, that could be the one. Now, the one that really stands out, and I think this makes sense because of the bonuses, Lumi lead. And you want Lumi lead because she's going to be giving powerful stuff plus her heal and heal over time and all that stuff. And you're going to want Grandmaster Yoda, Shock T, Mace, and Kit Fisto. Why do you want Kit Fisto with Lumi? He brings the heal buff, but gives them bonuses, and then he does the potency up buff that gives them bonuses. So that's going to be a really strong team for you as well. And then last one, we put Keller and Beck, Cam, Qui-Gon, Plo, Koon, and Jedi Consort. You do want a healer in there. Now I'm still debating if I want to go Jedi Consort lead, but Keller and Beck lead, it's so good that we're still debating that 15, but we'll play around with that one. I think the other ones are pretty locked in. We may move a piece here or there, but I think for the most part, those are the teams that we're going to run with. But yeah, with this Lightspeed bundle, that'll help me get Plo Koon, Jedi Consular, Lumi, all those guys at Relic 5. And then I can save my gear for whatever's coming down the pipe. And then I can just concentrate. I think my plan is to take everybody to Relic 8. Now, the caveat being we have the event coming on Monday, which is Duel of the Fates. The rewards in that are going to be pretty solid, man. I mean, I was looking at those rewards when they put that in the forum post. I'm like, ooh, well, I need them Relic 9 anyway. So I'm pretty sure on Monday I'm going to be taking. I've got plenty of stuff to do this. a Padawan and Qui-Gon are going to Relic 9. I'm going to do that for the event and for the rewards, with the crystals and all the stuff that comes in there. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it. Come on, we gotta see the Relic 9 fight. I mean, it's Duel of the Fates, it's small. Let's do it. I'm in a position because they're already Relic 5. If I was lower Relic, I might be hesitant, if they're like Gear 12 or something, or they haven't quite done. But yeah, I'm at Relic 5. It's not that big of a leap for me to take 2 characters to Relic 9. So
I don't have them, but considering if it is a recurring thing, and those are the recurring rewards, so I'm going to wait to see it actually start, see the duration, see what it looks like a one-off, or looks like something that's coming back monthly or whatever. Then yeah, at the moment it's kind of hard not to see just take them to R9, and they're this month's ship effectively. We didn't get a ship release, but we got this weird thing that's going to give you a ton of rewards.
Well, you got them doing rewards this weekend. You know what I like about this new assault battle too is that it is giving at the lower tiers shards, and I was like, oh my god, that's brilliant. You do this event, even if you can do it at lower tiers, you're getting shards from it, plus the shards that they're getting here, plus I really have liked what they've done with the marquees and trying to get more character shards out to players sooner, especially with the raid coming up. So yeah.
I hope this is a practice to get rid of what's that terrible catch up for conquest characters.
Proving Grounds.
Yeah. I hope this is a kind of a new practice for, okay, we can do an event, we can do it this way instead of that awful nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep the marquee system the way it is, I'll keep investing because it's, whether it's saving crystals or whatever I'm doing to supplement that to go make a character into, you just need to take them to 6 stars, because if you do it the first day, and depending on your pulls, you're going to spend, depending on your crystals, you're going to spend about a vault if you get like me with the Illuminati, which I'm okay with, because it's like I get the 7-star character, I can take him up immediately, I can still keep farming gear, it just makes sense, with the additional stuff they give. It's like, okay.
To me, it's where you are in the curve. I had a question for somebody earlier on today. Should I buy this bundle? And one of the issues about, yes, you can spend on new characters, but you've got to be careful you're not creating yourself another block because you don't have the signal data, or you don't have the Zetas, or you don't have the Omicrons, you don't have this. So just be really careful. Yes, this Lightspeed bundle is quite good because it takes people up to Relic 3, so it skips a lot of stuff. But we've got to wait till we see the raid for me. Or a little bit more. I think the Lightspeed bundle is still worth it, but I wouldn't take them above R3 until we saw the raid viability and actually what the raid is.
Yeah, for right now, I'm telling everybody, I'm not even doing it yet until I get more information on the raid. The only 2 characters I'm doing is just because there's a new event, Duel of the Fates, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's because of Padawan and Master Qui-Gon. So that's, I was going to take them up to 8 anyway, but I was going to wait. Just let my stuff keep building, hoarding, because I've got enough to do 11 R8s right now and 6 R9s, I believe. So doing 2 characters is not going to do anything bad for me. We also need to see, we know the levels, but we got to see what the overall point total is. So at Relic 8, can you still do really well, or do you need Relic 9? And I'm okay taking, Padme and the Gungans to 9.
Unless it's a prelude for telling us the capital ship requirement a week later. And
that's what I'm waiting for. That's why I'm keeping them in my back pocket.
Everyone rushes R9 on 2 characters now, and then 1 week later we get right, you now need R9 this person, or they try and kind of drain those resources, which I think is an issue for them at the moment, because I think people are stacking resources up way more than ever managed. But yeah, I think it's assuming it's a monthly event, it looks worth doing.
All right, Baby Yoda eyes, they're watching you. Says, what is the likelihood we'll see a new Relic 9 tier for all the assault battles? Low. I don't think we're there yet. Relic 9 is
new assault battles, yes, with the new characters, but the old ones, no.
No.
I think they're testing it. They're testing out new ways to launch characters, new ways to monetize them. instead of wanting $300 at the start, they
Right.
want to kind of take $100, then another 50, then another 100, and take it off a wider group of people, and also create events that will pressurize the mid to lower tier accounts when they get there to do the
Yeah.
same kind of transition. Because at the moment they take the $300 to get the character on day one from the whales, and then there's nothing.
Yeah.
And by the time the lower tier accounts that start the game today and in 7 years' time get to where we are, they're like, well, this is double accelerated, million accelerator, just farm every day, and I have to get. So I think they're trying to find more of a slope.
Yeah, I like some of the changes with the spending pattern of like what you can spend on, and I think it's smarter. So I mean, there's still some gambling packs. I'm like, don't spend on that. Good God, no. But the Lightspeed bundles and some of the other stuff that's guaranteed and stuff, what they've done to the marquee system, I'm like, yeah, by all means, spend. Absolutely.
A lot
If you can afford
smaller,
it, yeah, it's a much smaller cost than it used to be.
smaller amount of cost for actually what is a little bit bigger. I do think people that got characters on day one, I apologize, but it was exploitative wanting $300 on day one,
Yeah.
and then they didn't quite give enough back. They were giving like, oh, here's a Datacron to you now. You can be overpowered in JAC for a month.
Yeah.
I do think they've kind of reined that in a bit, and apart from the pay to win Datacron, but yeah.
I mean, it's still, top tier counts are still top tier counts. Don't face them in GAC. They suck, because you just go in there like, oh, everything's relic 9. Look at that Datacron. 200% armor penetration. I'm going to get smoked. It's like you'll do the fight, but you're like, ooh. But yeah, and I like the good thing about this, the raid and stuff like this, is that it's a progression, right? You take these characters to R7, R8 at least. That helps you with TB, in the long term. Again, the more relic 7s and 8s, that means you can start progression into tier 3, tier 4 fights, even tier 5 into eventually relic 9. But unless you're top tier guild, you're not really sniffing a lot of relic 9, right? You got to be like Karth and meow meow and have insane relic 9s on there. And even then for them, that's more just a deployment phase, right? They're just putting stuff in the operations, because that's a lot of R9s to not only have to do operations, but then to go and do combat missions. Holy Christ. But yeah,
I'm just checking. I'm checking whether my guild. I'm checking whether my guild does ROTE. So I'm in a lower guild. Yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we're over 200. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're
ROTE. I mean, it makes more sense to do it than the other ones, because you just get, even at the beginning, you get better. So yeah, it's a progression, but yeah, your thing about the Lightspeed bundle, yeah, we've seen this, and I've seen this with a lot of account reviews that I've done past few months, is you're seeing all these characters relic, and people are just like, I got all these Lightspeed bundles, what I'm doing? I'm like, well, let's pick one team. You don't have to worry about gear, signal data, or none of that stuff. You need to work on mods with your energy, and you need to farm the shit out of Zetas every day. Anywhere you can get your Zetas, you need to be doing those events, doing that stuff, getting them where you can, using those, and start with your any GL stuff that you have, get it unlocked, work on that, because it's just sitting there and it's going to take some time. But once you get that team up and running and that squad up and running with its modding and things of that nature, you don't have to touch it again. For the most part, once a team is where it is, you're good. So let's get all the bundles.
Personal thing, honestly. Every single, I mean, get what you want, but every single guild, every single account has a different pressure point, a different squeeze point.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone who looks at your account for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or, even who doesn't spend like 2 hours with you understanding, right, how many cows you get today, where are you in ships, where are you in this? Like, it's almost impossible to understand. And I talk to so many people who have such different pinch points in their account, or who value different things so much differently. So yeah, I mean, the Lightspeed bundles appear good, but if you buy 2 or 3 of them at the same time, they start to not be good. They have like a diminished, because like I say, you don't have the mods, the Zetas, the Omicrons, which every team needs these days.
Well, you just have to have realistic expectations. I think they're good because it gets you ahead of the curve, but you have to go back and do some work. And if you're okay with doing the work and to be patient, because it's going to take you a minute to get them caught up, it'll eventually be very beneficial because that's less time, less farming that you're doing to have these characters and squads done that you can start doing better in conquest and other points of the game. It takes some time. You have to be patient with it. Even if you can't spend your way out of that. There's only so many packs and stuff. You got to be patient and just say, look, I got SLKR first order ready to go. It's going to take me a month to 2 months to get all the Zetas mods that I want for this team while I go work on something else at the same time. Because while you're doing that, you can go farm hard nodes and things of that nature normally through other characters and stuff that you're working. So you just have to be smart about if you get them, which I don't see why you wouldn't. It's an unbelievable bargain. I mean, and the time and headache of not farming single data at Cantina alone for me, it's like, oh my God. That's why I looked at that bundle, all this. I'm just like, I take these guys to Relic 5 for $20. Just take all my money. You know, it's like, but I'm in a different position. I have
I think
board stuff.
yeah,
so
I mean, yeah, my only. I mean, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that if you buy 2 or 3 Lightspeed bundles, and it's going to take you to 6 months down the line before the third one you're getting benefit from because you worked on the first 2. There's nothing to stop them changing the economy and speeding stuff up in between and changing the deal on you, so to speak. So
yeah, just be smart about it, and also just set realistic expectations on where you're already with your account. Just realize you're going to have to do some work with modding, which is the biggest thing I'd see in those accounts. Like, I just don't have the mods. Like, that's okay. You just keep working on mods. Mods is just a number game. Whether you're buying Lightspeed bundles or not, mods is just a number game. You got to work on them every day, twice a day is what I say, because I do them twice a day. You just have to pull, you just have to slice and get rid of the ones that are trash, and then keep working your way up and just keep getting those mods and slicing materials, and just focusing on your main teams. And eventually over time, it'll start filtering its way down to, you have really good mods, and then you start filtering your other ones down and keep slicing. It's a time crunch. It's a number crunch. It's a numbers game with mods, because you have no idea with the RNG what you're going to,
I would say that Zetas and Omis are in the same, that's the same thing I see when people are unlocking characters too quickly. They have no Zetas left unless they're finishing very high in ships. The flow of those in is also strangled. So yeah.
I think so much more, not so much with Zetas. Zetas, if you're just patient, if you're doing okay in fleet, there's enough Zetas out there. You just have to do the stuff to get them. It takes a little bit of time. Omicron's a different story. I don't care what. There's only so many, like, you're only getting so many Omicrons in so many places. Zeta's a little bit more wide open, and they've been doing events and stuff like that with the Zeta crunch. But Omicrons, sheesh. Oh my God. Those are prime real estate, baby. Let me tell you, even at my level, it's like, you got to make choices on those, right? So I just popped a bunch, and I don't have any right now. Would I like to put one on stat for GAC? Yes. Am I going to?
I did that one.
I would love to do that one. But it's like, yeah, but then we got Luthien coming, and once the Datacron drops from the Grievous team, and like, how good is that team going to be? Again, these are the questions you have, and the debate you have to have with yourself, right?
Well, but the thing is, I've been beating Leia in squad arena without the Omicron, but with the Statcron. So there's kind of two. There's the Datacron and the Omicron.
Yeah.
I'm loving that one. I put that one on stat before this, and it's working to kill Leia, and it's been flawless.
If you don't have the Omicron, is 50-50 with Grievous versus Leia. It can beat it, but it can also go really, really bad too. So Sir Boss says the Night Sister bundle saved me so many cards, Gear 12 pieces, and single data that it was worth it all, the 3 times cost. Oh, I agree. That's why I think they're really good. I mean, no one's saying the Lightspeed bundles are bad. What we're saying is just be smart about it, have a plan. If you're going to buy them, then to understand that, yeah, you get all these Relic 5 characters and you can go for a Galactic Legend, but if you're not, where you're at with your Zetas and mods and stuff, you're going to have to go back and do some heavy lifting to get that to where you want it. Because at lower levels, that's okay. But as you start getting to mid tier or upper tier, especially if you're doing it and you don't have all the pieces in place and you're doing GAC and other events and you're trying to do better in hard node conquest, you'll notice a drastic difference between when you watch me or all this do conquest with all our Zeta teams and stuff like that. And you going in, I don't understand. My SLKR is not doing as well as Rangers. Well, your mods aren't as good and you only have half the Zetas. That kind of makes the difference in whether he's going to do well or not in there.
But I agree. I still run into, like, if I unlock, was a point where I unlocked Bo-Katan, Queen Amidala, and Keller and Beck, like all three of them within about 3-4 weeks. And I was on
Jesus,
the Bo-Katan. I was on the
she's so
Bo-Katan
good.
farm. So I needed the 777. So that totally drained me of all Zetas, all relic. So yeah, I still run in. I mean, I run to a lot of bottlenecks, but I just think everyone knows their own bottlenecks, not anyone else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Adahan says Zeta's my bottleneck. Puts me off farming DR Geolayas. They need so many. Yeah, when you do a Geo farm, you got to really plan ahead, right? Especially for you get to not so much with the new ones, but especially if like you're doing Ray and Kylo, I would say those ultimate tiers, you better not be messing around with those. You better go in there at least Relic 7 with the stuff because tier 6 of that stuff, that fight will eat you alive because you have to have all your bells and whistles to really make sure the RNG doesn't bite you in the ass. Because there's nothing frustrating than spending 70 tickets on a tier 6 fight and you lose. That's just horrible because it takes so long to farm those damn things. So yeah. But yeah, that's all you got to do. I think lightspeed bundles are awesome, and but you got to be smart about it. It's just with anything you do in this game. You purchase something because it's less time, right? And that's fine. But also realize with lightspeed bundles, yeah, you're not farming all this other stuff. You got to still go back and do some other things that you should be working on, and just be realistic about it. All right, get your questions coming in. Oh, the other thing I will mention too, we say this, I know you say this, all this, work on your fleets, kids. Especially if you're a newer account, get a fleet going because even if you can get into the top 50, just a little bit of crystals and fleet shard income. There's a lot of good stuff in the fleet that people forget about that are kind of important, like, yeah, I don't know, Zetas, that kind of stuff. Don't skip out on fleets. I see it all the time. It's like, yes, ground forces are important, but the ships matter too. And whether you like it or not, you got to have a decent fleet. And you only need one, especially in the lower tiers. Get a meta fleet. I don't really care which one you go for. I always recommend Executor because it's just out of the three. Go for that one. If you want to go for profundity, I've never had any problem with that. Skip Leviathan because you need 2 conquest characters. That's off the board. If you're a newer player, just like, no, unless you've already got some way to get these characters that I'm not aware of with the 2 ships from Conquest, the ship and stuff with Malgan. But go for one of those 2, get that up and running, run that as soon as you can because it'll make a big difference. When you get that income, it's cascading. You start getting all this extra fleet crystals and you can use that toward other resources. You're getting the Zetas, If you don't care about fleet, well, then you're going to have a longer journey to get your stuff because, it's just the way it goes. So don't.
I still enjoy it though. I think weirdly enough, I would agree. I do agree with you, but I would agree with you 100% 2 years ago, and maybe 90% 1 year ago, and maybe now I'd say yes, 75%. I do think it's kind of the distance between and all these lightspeed bundles and all this other stuff for me is kind of yes, crystals come from fleets, yes, and yes, you'll work on that, but I there's a lot of people who, and we all do enjoy the game, and I know what you're saying, but there's a lot of enjoyment to be had by also farming your stuff. And I wouldn't say it's as distance apart as it used to be. That makes sense.
There you go. Sir Boss says I still have a 4-star Hyena bomber. That's fine. I mean, so Kenobi's actually, I think, of the 2 fleets, actually a better fleet to go if you can get, what's the new ship with it? I'm having a brain fart moment. Marauder? Thank you. Yes. I was like, I was going to call it something else. I'm like, oh, that's not right. Because that is a really good fleet if you can get Marauder into that fleet. That can actually do quite well for you in a fleet. You got to work on Marauder, though. That's a different story. Where is Marauder? Just out of curiosity, because I haven't done a ship farm in a hot minute. Let me look at where Marauder is. I think I know where it is. I just want to make sure. I don't want to just say where it's at and be wrong. Let's take a look at where Marauder's farmable at. Let's see. That is on... Yeah, it's a hard node. It's a fleet hard node. But if you can get that ship even 5-6 stars, you can do quite good with a GR fleet, right? If that's the route you want to go. Don't get me wrong, these other fleets are fine. And I think resistance with comeuppance can do some stuff for you on certain fleets. But the big three are still the big three, and they're the big three for the reason that they are. Because in whether you see it in GAC or stuff, you can do a Chimera. Chimera's not bad too, but again, you have to go get Scythe and some other stuff to make it work, right? That's a lot of stuff to pour into it. If you are, that's fine. But Executor for me, it's just you need the bounty hunters up anyway. They're a really good team. The ships are really good, and it can take on a lot of stuff. Especially if you go offense with it. It's still a really potent fleet, and very doable to get. Doing the Profundity event, I remember every time it comes around, all this, I skip it, dude, because that is such a frustrating event. Not having the Falcon and all that stuff and the RNG associated with that fight, it's like, God, oh my. And I remember with the Profundity, me and Karth both said, nope, we just got the crystals and got that shit to 7 stars. I was like, hell no. Now you can do good stuff with Profundity at 5, but I don't know, was it you, What Else 23? Took you like 6 hours just to get it to 6 stars or something ridiculous like that because of the RNG and the fights and that thing, because you don't have the Falcon. And they start off with 4 ships, and it's like, what? That's a tough fight. Yeah, What Else 23 says, yep. It's like, you did that free to play? Oh my God, you're a monster. He sat there for
I did it. I did it, and then the last was about a month ago or 2 months ago. It finally got to 7 stars. So my Profundity was 6 stars for a long,
bless
long
you,
time.
sir. Oh my God.
And it was just, but then I just don't. Honestly, it just annoys me. This kind of this. You must spend this to get a viable fleet. So yeah, I was working. But I was doing Profundity mirror matches.
No, Profundity at 5-star works. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Sith bomber. But yeah, but to get it was annoying. The thing was annoying.
Super annoying. Let's not do it again. Games, please don't. Yes. Sir Boss has been good. Have a day off and here to hear Sandy's voice. How are you? That's right, because Ranger's voice sounds like glass breaking. I understand. Like he says, I did 4 attempts a month and then stopped. My sanity didn't allow me to do more. Ugh. I did it on stream one day. I tried twice and I was like, see, this is why I don't play in that sandbox, because the RNG was so bad. It's just like, if I get the right RNG, this will be good. It's bad RNG. Oh no, I'm dead. Like you know instantly once the fight begins, you're going to die because they just murderize you immediately. All right, so get your questions in, top of the hour. What a great show, Aldous. We got into the SWGOH stuff. We had a big, long, nice discussion. I thought a very civil discussion about the Acolyte and stuff, so pretty good.
Yeah, like honestly, I think there's a lot to debate, which is actually also a good thing. Like honestly, if everybody was politely sitting on their hands and not caring, then that would be a different thing.
We just need to learn how to be respectful.
Yeah,
just be respectful. Just be respectful. No name calling. That's just, I always find that as soon as I hear someone start calling me a name, like, okay, you lost. Yeah, I mean, you lost because that's your only thing is just to call me a name. It's like, okay. Do you have any other points besides saying this and this? Ranger's a stupid poopy head. All right, you lose.
I've talked to a lot of people actually who are no longer watching content on Acolyte on the internet. They are literally they are enjoying the show, and so they've literally decided just nope. I ain't gonna watch one review because I already know what. See, I could sit here right now and I already know what the reviews of next Wednesday's episode will be, and regardless of what happens in the episode, I already know what people will be saying. So it's like I just don't watch them anymore. I'm like, nope. I'm going to enjoy my Star Wars and make my own opinion. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one.
Well, what I do is before I watch any reviews, I watch any for my own viewpoint on it and my feelings on it. Like,
yeah,
okay. What is everybody else saying? Am I feeling what they're feeling? Let me just get a sense of what's going on out there. And I watch both sides because are some streams that really like the Acolyte that I watch. I'll watch their viewpoint and be like, how do I feel about what they're saying? I disagree with that. Or and then I'll watch others that agree with me, but like, are they right? So I will watch that. I watch reviews not to form my, to make my opinion. It's to, am I crazy? People feeling the way I am about this stuff, so, and I think that's the way you should do it. Don't watch reviews and then go watch something. I think it's always good to go watch something fresh and then let it do what it does. You are your own person. You should allow it to, however, let it hit you, open mind and stuff, and see what do you get from it. And then if you want to go see how you're feeling, watch what other people are feeling. I think that's fine too. But yeah, I think you should always watch something before you do it. And I think, if they don't want to watch reviews, period, that's fine too. Again, make up your own damn mind. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, you know? And if you're not, and if you just need some clarification of what you're feeling about something, then go watch reviewers. Again, use critical thinking because they're going to have their opinion, but just because they have an opinion, you're just looking to see, okay, they feel that way. Who else feels this way or doesn't feel this way? And then you look at it. That's how we be adults. That's how the world works. Peer review is important, but it's not the end all be all thing. So there you go. All right. Get your SWGOH questions in. How did your GAC go? Yes, we did GAC. We're going to be doing GACs on Fridays every Friday at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. And then we'll go raid Scribbles. Scribbles should be doing his I don't know when he's going to start, but I said that, he has started. So we'll go raid Scribbles here in a little bit. I told Scribbles that I would go raid into him, maybe hang out a little bit. Depends on how he's feeling. He needs a holiday from his holiday there, Aldous. He was on holiday, but he was tired from his holiday, so he needed another day of rest from his holiday. Hey, okay. Jason Hobby, word to the mothership. Yes, we one shot cleared last night again. This time we are going to win. Our opponent attacked our southern wall. I'll tell you the breakdown of it. Jabba got me 2 holes. They tried the Gungans, they lost, gave up, and then they went to the north. I think, and who did they kill? Killed something. They killed Ray. But after those other 2 fights, I think they said, nope, because they can't win. We one shot full clear of the board, so they cannot win mathematically. So I don't blame them. I mean, I've done that before too, all this, where it's like, you go in and your opponent's full cleared, and as soon as you get a drop, you're like, okay, let's have fun. Let's do stupid shit because I can't win now. It's over. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Yes, you do with that score. So yes, GAC went very well. How's your GAC going? All this first 2 rounds?
We won the first one. We full cleared this morning. Opponent hasn't attacked as always. But we cleared for, I don't know, just under 2,000, just under 1,800, so 1,490 something. Yeah, it was good. It was good. All simple. Changed around, changing defense. But the guy put a jab on the back, which we had to clear, which we soloed with a C team this morning. We didn't solo it. We beat it one-shotted. We one-shotted a Jabba with C, Armorer, Nihilus, Scion, and Talon, I think, was the team. But yeah, that beat it. That beat it first
time. All protection on C.
Yep.
Because those other guys are going to die.
But but it took the entire time. But yeah, just no, it was a good match, and I'm enjoying. I've just unlocked Bo-Katan Mandalore.
I cannot wait for you to use Bo-Katan, dude. She is so much fun.
I don't have the Omicron, so I don't have any.
No, but once you get her fully up and running, dude, I'm telling you that is one of the funnest teams to play, man. Every time I say it's Bo time, everybody gets excited because watching her and that team, and it was so perfect last night. I was facing the Lord Vader with the full Omicron and everything. I'm like, all right, who are you going to be stupid enough to attack Lord Vader? Okay, you're going after Bo. I wouldn't do that. And they did. But then she comes back and she was pissed and then just wiped the board, man. It was like, oh, it's so good. She is such a hard counter to so much stuff. You don't need her Amish work, but they're really super awesome.
Yeah. Well, I need the lead one. It's the lead one I'm looking for. When they get the lead one, then to be off and running more. I mean, I used her, and she wiped something pretty quickly this morning. But
I'm trying to remember what we used because we one shot everything. I'm trying to go back through. Here's, you can help me out here. Let's go from the top and work our way down. I don't remember what we're facing. What did we use against Riva? We used Bane. I don't fuck around with that team. That team with that Datacron that's on there right now with the Purge and everything is like, nope. No. Kill my set. Good. Now you're going to get one shot. And they do, because the Red Lobster Trooper is like, okay, death, and wiped out everybody but Riva. I want to say...
I used Malgus this morning, actually, which worked.
You can. Malgus is a good option.
Bane. But yeah, I have been using Bane.
Yeah. Keller and Beck, we used the Inquisitors, ate that alive. Inquisitors against any Jedi team, even Kenobi, will do good work for you. Kenobi's the only one that can get the it can be a little bit tricky with the RNG and stuff because sometimes Death Mark happens. You're like, oh no, that's not the one I want Death Mark with the DI. Oh no. But it's still pretty solid. Ray still Ufus. Malakos goes in, throw rock, smash, you win. You know, I mean, I love the Ufu team versus Ray. That went really well. Jabba, who did we use against Jabba? We used First Order. We used SLKR versus that, I believe. Yeah, we did, and we took that out. Trying to remember what we used against. Or did we use SLKR against Leia? No. What do we use against Jabba? We use SLKR either Leia or one of the two.
Yeah.
Grievous, we actually did.
Jam.
Grievous, we actually did use DTM or Sith Empire. Wiped it out. It was unbelievable. So,
yeah.
That's with all, the Armorcron, the Datacron. It had no problems with. Then we use Star Killer because that's just an easy 65. I mean, even with the Holocron, it doesn't matter because use Mara Jade's first or second special, gives turn meter to Palpatine. He does his health still. They're completely wide open, and then they're going to. So yeah, I'll have to go back and remember what I used. I don't remember what I used. I don't remember what did we use against. Yeah, I'm gonna bring.
You didn't use stat. No, your stat was an offense.
No, we have it for offense, but I'm trying to remember what we used for. I have to go back and look at the video. You can, but the problem with Phoenix versus Reva, Sir Boss, is that at high levels with the damage, especially with the high relics on that team, it can go really well. If you get the right stuff in the beginning, Sir Boss, with that team, Phoenix is a good counter. But if it goes bad, you're toast because you'll get ability, all that crap, and you are in big trouble. So it's going to depend. Is Phoenix viable versus Reva? Yes. Is it reliable? I don't know about that. Not with this current Datacron. If they've got the right Datacron with the Purge and stuff, Sir Boss, I'm glad Phoenix is working for you, but man alive, that thing will get eaten up quick. Man. Really now. It's RNG because, you know, with the AI, I mean, Great Inquisitor is going to go first because of the way the team's set up and get turn meter, and then he's going to do his one attack. So it depends on who he attacks, right? And then he gets another turn, then your ability blocked, and then if they start just pounding you, then you're done. You know, so I've seen it where you don't see at our level us using Phoenix because it's like I would use it if I had to gamble, but god damn. Oh my god, I've seen some awfulness on that. Yeah, they've got that level 9 Datacron with countering Reva and the level 6 Purge with the 15% and all the armor pen and stuff. Don't do Phoenix versus that. You're just asking for pain and suffering needlessly. That's why I go with Bane on that. It's like, now, I don't even use Trey against that anymore because it's hard.
It can't. Well, you need the Rex Omicron for that to work. Apparently,
even with Rex Omicron, I would.
So yeah, it's dodgy. I don't muck about. But Reva, yeah, Malgus beat it today.
Yeah, you can use Malgus.
It kind of worked. Yeah. But yeah, that was my.
Oh, we used. Yeah, we used Leia versus Jabba. And then we did SLKR versus Leia. There we go. I was trying to remember what we used. Yeah. There we go. I was remember what we were using. I was like, I know what we used Leia versus Jabba, took out Bosch immediately, and then that was clean. And then we used SRKR versus Leia. Then the back wall, that opened up, and I was like, oh, Lord Vader, meet Bo. Bo smash. Bo win. Bo is awesome. I am part of the 2%. Then the dash team, I'm trying to remember what we had Bo and 2 GLs left. I think we see that one. That was fun. Just to watch C and Watt eat that team alive. It was Dash, Hondo, Ness, that kind of team with L3, I think is the tank or whatever. And then if there was a trench team, but I had the full JML team left over, so I was like, I have so many good options. I still had gas. I didn't even use gas last night. That's how or this played. So I was like, okay, let's go have fun with JML, and then it just tore it up. So that was really nice too. With Cal, oh my god, I hadn't even used Cal's. I'm like, let's just go full Jedi send on that, and then fleets. There's nothing to talk about. Fleets are fleets. So you're going to see certain fleets, and you have certain counters, and it's just RNG. It's just all fleet is RNG. You know, it's either going to be really good or it's going to go something bad, and you're just screwed. You know? So Oh, God. All right, get your questions in. We'll go for a little bit while longer here. Then we're gonna go raid Scribbles. He's also on YouTube, so I can't raid on YouTube. But if you guys, once we get done here, if you want to go watch Scribbles, I know he's doing his GAC right now. Then yeah, do that. So glad to have you guys here. If you have any questions for myself or the lovely Aldous Sandfly, the biggest sandfly on the beach, please begin your SWGOH questions, and we'll be taking them all. Taking them all. I think a lot of people are watching Scribbles. Everyone's watching GAC, which I understand. We're just sitting here answering questions. He's over there fighting the fight. So
Yeah.
we love our Scribbles. So
It's
we'll go.
when you share an audience so closely with another, content creator
yeah.
and stuff, it becomes, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't even doing Friday streams just because I'm like, you know what, same viewers, me and Scribbles, I'll just hang out with Scribbles. But then people are like, well, we'd love to see you do a Friday stream. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it earlier, and then we'll go into Scribbles because I'm going to be there anyway, messing up Karst JC, which is always fun, having him yell at us because we get drunk and start doing stuff in his account, even though we've only lost once. I think we're like 8-1, 9-1 since we started doing it. So we're not that intoxicated, I'll tell you that much. All right, we'll go for a few more minutes here, and then we'll let you guys get to your day. Go watch Scribbles, go right there. But yeah, we got Lalinda. Ooh, you touch my fa-la-la, my ding ding dong. Doing his SWGOH. JJ started up. The DAP is doing his stuff. So yes, it's another fine Saturday. Another fine Saturday.
Everyone's streaming at the same time. Love it.
I love it. And I don't know how it is over where you're at. Where are you in the world right now? Aldous, are you back home?
Glasgow, Scotland.
Okay, you're back in Scotland. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that it's Karst account is the chair on top. Yes, it is. Desi Jingle. Schnarr. Right. So. And the fun points on that one is when Karth is with us and we just give him endless shit because we're doing his stuff. He gets crazy. Jedi rolls our Legoland Master, says Ranger. I got Master Qui-Gon to gear 13 and 5. Very nice. Good. Hello, Jedi Gothic. I know you were here earlier. I didn't say hi to you. And, I didn't thank you. We had a lot going on. Jedi rolls, thank you for the member for 11 months. Appreciate it. Well, you were set up your TW defense. These things happen. Yes. Oh God, I got to do TW defense today. Oh my God. Well, no, we've done that. It's offense. Today's
30
offense.
Minutes.
Yeah,
32 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to start the fights of the fights. All right. So we're getting ready to raid Scribbles, but we'll go for a few more minutes here. If you guys have any questions, put those in. This week we had the raid stuff put out there. We had the announcement of Duel of the Fates as the new assault battle. No new characters. The only other thing is that apparently the Night Sister event was not supposed to come back for Zetas and stuff because it was broken. And it's like, poor meathead. So,
yeah, there's an image about how CG really care at the moment. That was quite funny. I honestly, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. But honestly, if you bring something back that is totally broken, it does show a company that maybe isn't communicating that well, or really doesn't kind of know where the left hand, the right hand. So it was a bit like that. And you could tell the response from Meathead was just, I don't know, these idiots don't have a effing clue what they're doing, which I also kind of, his response to the forums, it's the official forums. He was like, yeah, I don't effing know what they're doing. Like, it was quite funny.
I thought that wasn't coming back either until it was fixed. He's like, well, okay.
Yeah. And we're going to get it again twice now, or 5 times. We're going to end up with it daily, like a month. Eventually for he's quite. That was. It's a shame because people are genuinely missing out. So, as much as they are inverted commas make good as we'll run it again, people are now missing out on 4 Zetas at least for a long period of time. So the make good should now be bringing it back 3 times. We should buy 2, get 1 free sort of thing. Yeah. We should be getting 6 or 7 Zetas now, given the time, in my opinion. But yeah, it doesn't look good.
We'll see.
Doesn't look good for them.
Jedi Road Ranger also told Aldi about the Padres' victory and the Dodgers lost last night. Well, there you go. That's right. If you guys don't know, Jedi Rolls is a huge San Diego.
So am I.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm a Padres fan.
Yeah. I had no idea. Wow,
I
color
support the
me shocked.
Padres and the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers.
Holy
Are the my
crap.
two? Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. I bet you're just loving Jim Harbaugh already for this season, baby.
Well, my love of the San Diego Chargers has diminished recently.
Now that they're the LA
Because
Chargers.
they're not. Like, yeah, there's been issues. Let's not talk about it. But yes, but yeah, I love the San Diego Chargers, and the San Diego Padres are my teams.
All right, he won't even identify that they are the LA Chargers. I love it. So good.
Still play at Qualcomm.
Hey man, I went through that too, man. I had the Houston Oilers, and then they went to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Titans. So I understand that, which is really rough because I watched all those guys as rookies, and then a couple years later, as the Titans, they went to the Super Bowl. I'm like, I goddamn knew they were gonna do that. Son of a, god damn it, you know. Because no Houston NFL team has ever been to a Super Bowl, so it's like, oh god damn it. Why? That's the one thing I wanted in life. I've won the NBA with my Rockets. I've won World Series with the Astros, but I didn't even sniff the Super Bowl when the Houston team. That's why we were Dallas Cowboys fans, because, like, you know, growing up in Texas, that was the team. So, is that because there are so many Filipino women in San Diego? All this?
No, because I chilled out. I chilled out. I
How
chilled
about
out in
that USA cricket
like I was
team?
traveling through Mexico, came out through Mexico into, and obviously San Diego was the first place you hit, and therefore I spent about a month in San Diego, and
Nice.
there's a juxtaposition of going from cultures to different cultures, and America is all about sport. So when I got to America, San Diego Padres were about to qualify for the World Series, and then they eventually did qualify. 2006. I'm going to say. And
Padres have been to the World Series.
No, not the World Series, the playoffs. Sorry,
the playoffs. Yes, okay, that makes more sense. Yes, I was like,
and I watched Eli Manning had just dinged the Chargers. So Eli sucks. And we had LaDainian Tomlinson. Tomlinson. So I went to the game that the Chargers played against the New York Giants, I think, at Qualcomm, where I think LaDainian Tomlinson threw for a pass, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think LT actually scored for a pass. And anyway, it's a long story, but I was at that game at the Qualcomm, and therefore I've had a deep love of the San Diego Chargers and the Padres.
New sub from Balls, 37 man, 10 months subscribed. It says, how about that USA cricket team? I do not follow cricket, do have no idea. What do they do? Please inform us, because I respect cricket. I think it's it's a gentleman's game, and I respect, cricket as a game. I respect it. But I have no idea. What do they do? I didn't even know we had I'm pretty sure I knew we had a cricket team. We have a
T20 World Cup's on at the moment.
Is it really? Are they in that?
Yeah. I've absolutely no idea, but I presume maybe for television views. But yeah, I don't know what the result was, but yeah, it was T20 World Cup. I think it's on at the moment.
No shit.
I don't know.
Balls, don't leave us in suspense, brother. How's the USA cricket team doing, man? Did they get raffle stomped, or are they doing good? I have no idea. We have breaking news from our man Balls 37, our man on the scene there. All this giving us a live update about the U.S. men's cricket team. I'm actually curious. Don't make me look it up, brother.
We get it a lot because England and Scotland are in it as well, as are New Zealand. So a lot of the people we chat to, they knocked out Pakistan.
Wow, they're ranked 6th in the world and almost beat India, who's ranked number 1. What? I didn't know that. It's the USA's first time in the tournament?
Are they using cricket bats or baseball bats?
It doesn't matter. They got some beefy boys. We got some
yeah,
cornbread fellas.
No, okay,
that can knock the ball out of the stadium.
I will need to look that up, because that would be one hell of a game. Honestly, to beat people like Pakistan or getting close to beat India is top tier.
Yeah, India, man, that's the national pastime there, baby. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's like New Zealand with rugby. There's just certain countries, they are certain sports are just like, all right, USA. That's not a bad showing. To be ranked number 6 in the world, I did no clue that was a thing. Holy moly. Wow. I didn't know that. Jesus. The best player is a full-time engineer at Oracle. God almighty, I had no idea.
Sounds about right for cricket. Anyway, yeah.
All right, let's start wrapping this up. I'm not seeing any other questions. It's just, good comments and stuff like the US. I didn't know it. You learn something new every day, all this. But we're going to go raid our good friend Scribbles. You guys go watch him do his GAC. Because usually he starts with his GAC, and then he does Karst GAC. I'm going to see if he wants me for that. Let me go join him for that. So we're going to go raid that. All this Sunfly, the best Sunfly on the beach. Where can folks be checking out your channel and your streaming?
Welcome to Sunflies on Twitch or YouTube these days.
That's right.
Check him out either.
Make sure you join his Discord. I get all those updates from all this Sunfly. Why aren't you? Whether it's YouTube, Twitch, or Discord.
Good times. Yeah, good vibe.
All right. There's only one. There can be only one. Here we are. All right. Let's go raid Scribbles, and we'll leave it at that. So let me go get this going. Appreciate you guys joining us on here today. Appreciate every one of you guys. Let me make sure I get Scribe's name right, because, they're particular about that. There you go. The raid is up. Perfect. Yes, all of you join. We're going to go watch Scribbles. Everyone on YouTube, just find Scribe Gaming on YouTube. I can't rate him. I haven't figured that out on YouTube.
Post link. You can post link.
I don't know what
I know it's a bit of effort. Or
I don't even know what. Yeah, I'd have to go.
Daisy can post the link. Get Daisy to do some work. Daisy, do some damn work.
Don't make Daisy angry at you all this.
She's probably already angry. I don't care though.
Don't do it.
Post the damn link. She's on it. There we go. We're fine.
There we go. There we go. Okay. The link has been sent.
Have a great day.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. We love you guys. Enjoy the raid.